Every veteran fights their own battle after service. This is where we spotlight the organizations that serve as rally points.
The places where our brothers and sisters regroup, find direction, and find the support that they need to keep moving forward. Today, we're interviewing the Kaufman Fund. Patrick here is our representative of the Kaufman Fund, and he's here to answer all the questions.
So, Patrick, tell everybody a little bit about yourself.
I'm a Virgo. I like long one. I am a recent employee of the Kaufman Fund after finishing up my internship. I stayed here because I love what they do and I believe in their cause. I'm a Chief Petty Officer in the U.S. Naval Reserves and just trying to solve the world's problems.
Now, so about the Kaufman Fund, it's been around quite a while. It's pretty well known in St. Louis. What are the areas that Kaufman Core supports for veterans?
Sure. We have several key programs that kind of drive the bus here, that being dental services, legal assistance, we have chiropractic care, behavioral health care, tax preparation assistance, and the artistic expression meetups that help get that end of, I'm not going to use the T word, but to help our vets. We also have our Trees for Vets every November, free Christmas trees. So I use the dreaded F word for that. And we also have food drives every other month for veterans.
And then you've got the warm-up coming up too, right?
Yes, we do. Winter warm-up. So that's where we get new gloves, hats, and coats for largely the veteran housing insecure population.
Good. So the Kaufman Fund, Wayne Kaufman is the founder. Why did he start the organization?
Yeah, so Wayne Kaufman is a decorated Vietnam veteran. He started this because when he returned from Vietnam, he started working with his brother Ralph. Ralph, who was 12 years older than him, was very big in the community, doing lots of outreach, community support. When Ralph passed away in 1990, Wayne was asked if he would take over one of Ralph's duties of running a golf tournament for the Asthma and Allergy Foundation. And he said yes. He said, but I want 10% of the proceeds so that we can help other veteran organizations and children organizations. And they did that from 1990 until about 2014. And in 2014, Wayne received a phone call from a veteran who was struggling for the holidays. And Wayne knew somebody owned a tree farm. And thus the Trees for Vets started. And from there, every program has started because one veteran reached out to Wayne and said, I need help. And so now we have the 8 programs like Pat was just talking about. And now it's a situation of where we have grown so much that we have to focus strictly on veterans because we just don't have the resources to do all of it. And we're so small. So we were 100% volunteer organization until January of 23 when I was hired as the first paid employee, first and second director. Now we have more. Pat's with us part-time for the moment. And we have one other part-time person. And yet last year in 2024, we served 2,000 veterans.
That's amazing.
So Pat, I'm going to quiz you.
We can do this.
Which of the 8 programs is the biggest program for the Kaufman Fund?
The dental program definitely drives the bus.
And why?
So to qualify for dental with the VA, our veterans have to be 100% disability. That is service related to even qualify. And that is not the majority of vets. So that's where Kaufman stepped in to kind of fill that gap and take care of our veterans.
Now, one part that obviously you're always looking for more dentists to support the Kaufman Fund and this dental program. So if any of our listeners are dentists or anyone in that field, please reach out if you'd like to support and help veterans through the Kaufman Fund, and they will direct veterans that need assistance to you immediately. The one part I mean, I worked with Kaufman now for 2 years,
Yeah.
Give or take a couple months, but the 8 programs is not only the thing you do. I mean, you guys do food drives, you do car shows, you do the fundraisers to support the programs because, even the dental program, it's not just solely the dentist volunteering the time. You guys are actually paying for a lot of these services. So can you kind of go into that detail of it, of the programs and, how is supporting the Kaufman Fund really getting back to the veterans?
I can start it.
Go for it.
So yes, as you said, these programs, it takes funding to be able to support them back. And we do our charity fundraisers. We also have partners around the St. Louis region, other veterans organizations that help us in our mission. We only have the spectrum of what we handle or are responsible for and take care of, but we have a lot of friends that operate in other types of outreach and organization where we can call on them when needed.
Now, one part, Sheila, you and I, Patrick, we talked about in the past is you guys are a encyclopedia of resources for veterans, or at least you try to be to the best of your ability. Give us an example of one of these outreach. You've gone to different providers of services and connected a veteran to those organizations that's been successful.
Sure. Specifically, first to come to mind, about 2 weeks ago, I had a devil dog reach out, young pup who was separated from the service, and he had since been addicted to narcotics and was in a program to get rid of the addiction. And as part of that, and dealing with the federal court system, drug court, he had started school. So all of a sudden, we were trying to pair him out with housing that would be adjacent or near the school. We were trying to reach out to the school veteran liaisons, see what funding could be made available through the community college for that vet. And I was also able to point him towards 3 different scholarships from St. Louis veterans organizations that he could apply for, all to help make that possible. That's awesome.
So Patrick, there's we don't classify it as a program, but it is one of ours. So there's a monthly networking meeting. Talk a little bit about that program and why that's important.
That would be VetNet Connect. It is really an amazing concept. So we, through outreach and a lot of our partnerships, have come up with this concept of getting all these key veterans organizations under one roof, third Friday of the month, to basically just handshake, meet each other, and talk about what they can do for each other. It's open to the public as well, so our veterans can come and see if any of those would benefit them directly. But it's our chance to find out how best to take care of vets. There's also a Facebook group that we've created for the VetNet Connect, where flyers, events, calls for volunteers, calls for services, we can all kind of network through that as well to do a lot of good.
To be honest, VetNet Connect is how I connected with Kaufman Fund. But it's beyond just veteran organizations.
Yes.
VetNet Connect is for businesses, local businesses that want to engage with the veteran community. So it's close to my heart. I'm a veteran. They're still serving, so the VA does not consider me a veteran.
Not yet. We had several conversations about that today.
But after 24 years of service, and I'm still serving, I take pride in the uniform I wear. And I appreciate everything you guys do.
Yeah. So, Pat, tell everybody how they can potentially contact us in order to be able to either A, help us or get services from us.
Sure. We have one central landline, one main phone number to really get in contact with us. There's a strong chance if I'm here, I'm answering that phone to talk to our veterans or people in need. The number is simply 314-455-9415. We also have voicemail set up. So if we're busy with somebody else, we'll still get back to you pretty darn quick. We do have our email address here, which is info@thekaufmanfund.org. Smoke signals,
Website.
pigeon, and yes, we do have our website, which is thekaufmanfund.org. And a great way to see our programs, register for several of them, and our upcoming events.
So, and Pat, what social media is the Kaufman Fund represented on?
Sure. So we have Facebook, and then we have LinkedIn, and I'm already blanking
Instagram.
on it. Instagram. You young people and all your social
Instagram.
apps.
Listen, I'm older than you are.
So,
Pat, how can people get involved with the Kaufman Fund, whether it be professional or volunteer?
Certainly. Just like the outreach, and it starts with a simple phone call or an email. We respond, we check daily, and try and reach out to those that get in contact with us. We need volunteers. Everything from helping with the administrative tasks we have going on, or helping answer the phones if need be, to straight up working parties.
now, and beyond that, organizations are more than welcome to volunteer as a whole group
Yes.
or groups of parties and businesses. So please reach out if you guys would like to do some community work. Kaufman Fund, they do lots of events, concerts, at baseball games, several different
We're
things that they
everywhere.
need staff. I have not partaken in that yet, but I'm more focused on event materials.
Well, but let's stop and talk about that. Because I want to brag about you just a little bit. All right. So, your company just did something really amazing, super amazing. And I want to hear a little bit more about how you helped a World War II veteran.
Well, so I want to say this. He's 100 years old. He's an amazing gentleman. I mean, every time he's there, it's staff. And his daughter was telling me he was hanging drywall last year at her house, which I have a hard enough time doing drywall and I'm in my 40s. So, but I was contacted by Surprise Squad, Channel 4 News, and they have done several interviews with this gentleman over the last year. And we just had his 100th birthday. It was right before the 4th of July that we put up the flagpole. They broadcast it on like July 24th, I think.
Yeah.
And so we had already done some other charitable stuff this year. So I was like, I can't do a lot. Let me see what I can do. And so I found it's a nice pole, but it's residential 25-foot. It's a one-piece aluminum pole. And we just made it work. We worked it out with Channel 4. We donated more than half the cost of the pole. And then Channel 4 and their sponsor, a bank, contributed the other half. But we gave them a free flag, we gave them a light, I mean, everything. And, I gave him my card, I gave him one of our coins, just to say thank you and everything. And we installed it, and you can see the video of my crew excavating, setting the foundation, doing all this stuff. And then I'm in it a little bit. But, it's for us, myself, I was always raised that everyone should serve.
Yeah.
And it was not a question of if, but a question of when.
Yeah.
And that's how.
This is beautiful. Okay, I'm going to tell you what I've heard from the community about this. All right. So, Kaufman Fund, we're about to have an article written about us in the Baldwin Community Magazine. And their editor reached out to me yesterday and said, hey, we have a sponsor who's going to sponsor volunteer or veteran spotlight of the month. And it's kind of like the student athletes of the month. And he said, I had 2 people lined up, but it's not going to work. I said, I got someone. I said, let me tell you a little story. So I told him about you and about what you just did for this veteran. And he was like, how do I get a hold of him? Let's make him the very first veteran spotlight. So in October, you'll be the first veteran spotlight. Every month, we're going to be able to nominate 2 veterans as spotlights. And I talked to this editor about our goal with this podcast is that we're going to be spotlighting all kinds of different organizations. The first one was just Kaufman because, well, I'm Kaufman. Might as well be. And but now we can spotlight these other veteran organizations, other veterans. So it's given us another avenue. And he's going to post about whatever our theme is for our podcast, because we're going to have resources available as part of our podcast. We have different themes. Today we were at the VBA, Veterans Benefits, over at 9700 Page for their Vet Fest. And one of our theme months is employment. Mm-hmm. And I happened to talk to one of their employment guys and said, listen, I'm getting you in here. We're going to talk. And so this is just showing that there's such a great partnership out there and a great support from the community. The community wants to help veterans. St. Louis really wants to help. And there's lots of people out there. And that's why this is beneficial for us to do this.
Well, and the problem is it's such a plethora of issues, right? Mm-hmm. For our veterans. You know, we've been at war for 20 years. People come home with PTSD. It's not just the soldier. It's their families that deal with it. There's so many, there's drug and alcohol issues. There's things where they get stressed out on the 4th of July. They can't go out in public, you know, right, because they get scared or frightened or all those things. So, I mean, it's everything from social disorders to legal orders, dealing with the VA. I mean, it's too much for one organization to cover everything.
Yes.
And, you know, as Kaufman, you guys cover these specific areas, but you act as a resource to help get them to the other people.
Correct.
And this podcast is really about opening up everybody's eyes to these organizations and really helping the service members or their families find the support that they need with this right organization. Because it's not a cookie cutter, it's not one fits all. And, you know, this idea was, between you and I, was to help really educate the population of what's available to veterans and what they need to be utilizing for the help they need. So, I mean, I'm really excited about this podcast. I hope you guys join us every month. We'll be doing 2 a month starting in October. This month is just one.
Well, but why did we pick on Rally Point? So let's talk about why we picked the name that we picked. We went back and forth and back and forth, back and forth and back and forth.
So the idea of a rally point is when shit goes south, sorry for my language, you need to have a point where you can reset and get your, you know, you call it, let's go, and everybody meets up, you go back through the mission plan, you say, okay, how do we make it happen with what we got? And so the Your Battles rally point is not just saying we're helping Patrick, but Patrick knows Joe, and knows Joe means this. You know Joe too? Yeah. So it's the idea is, even if you're not the person that needs the help, it is get your buddy to help you.
Yes.
So, and help them reset to move forward.
Correct. And that's it. And so that's why we're hoping everybody out there will join us as we were going through, help us build our resources, because Pat's great at finding resources. He will be happy to be on the phone all day long trying to track down somebody to replace the rail in somebody's house, but we need everybody's support. And so that's why this is going to be really important. That's why I'm on board to do this. And I just thank everybody for letting us even attempt to do this. So I wholeheartedly believe it. That's why my company is sponsoring, Kaufman's supporting it. The whole thing is, it's get the outreach, reach out to the audience, reach out to your friends, help them get the help. That's what we're asking. Yep.
Outside of that, if you want to volunteer, please, they need
Contact.
all the help they can get. So even if you're not a veteran, you're a family member or anything like that, if you've got free time, give them a call.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
We'll have our website, contact information, email, all be posted at the end of the video. And
All
that's
the
it.
different resources. Yeah.
So that's a wrap of the first episode of Your Battles Rally Point.
Thanks, Pat, for talking about the Kaufman Fund, even though you've only been with us for 2 months. Appreciate you taking the time and helping to share the mission with the veteran community.
To our listeners, if you're fighting your own battle or know a veteran that could use the benefits that you've heard the Kaufman offer today, please reach out, give them the contact information, and help them succeed where they need help.
Remember,
All right?
every veteran's battle is different, but no one fights alone.
Until next time, this is Your Battles Rally Point with Cole Werner.
And Shelia Schneider.
Stay strong,
stay connected, and remember, there's always a rally point.